When we think of people experiencing homelessness, we don't really think about children. But there are many. Imagine not knowing where you are going to sleep tonight or when you'll eat your next meal. For these kids, that stress, those worries, are very real.
Positive Tomorrows is a social service agency that cares for the needs of children and families that are experiencing homelessness. Our primary program is out of a private school, which we work with these kiddos and get them up to speed academically and socially so that they can really do well with the rest of their lives. People are always surprised by the number of children that there are in our community that are dealing with homelessness, that there's approximately 6,000 homeless children within the area that Positive Tomorrows serves.
You're probably not going to see them a lot on the street because if you do see them, it's more likely that their kids will be taken away from them. So that makes it more dangerous for them to be visible. So they're hiding under the surface of social services a lot of times.
Children raised in homelessness often have reduced literacy and vocabularies. They are less likely to attend school and fall behind academically. Nearly half are unable to pass state-mandated testing at their grade level. These difficulties lead to higher dropout rates, limiting future opportunities. It can all lead to cycles of poverty in families for generations. Education is the way to break that cycle.
At our school, we meet kids right where they are. So no matter what that looks like for that kid, they get what they need. Any basic needs that they have, if a kiddo walks in off the bus that they don't have shoes on their feet, they get shoes. If they have dirty clothes on, they can take a shower and they can get some new clothes if they need to, and we can wash the clothes that they have on and we'll send home clean clothes. Whatever they need, if it's a backpack, if it's school supplies, if it's snacks, if they can't make it from breakfast to lunch or from lunch to snack without another snack, that's okay here. All they have to do is ask for what they need.
One of the unique things about our school is that not only are we an elementary school and after-school program, we have a family support department, which is social services. So we're working directly with the parents on housing, employment, engagement in school, health quality of life issues, and we do that through case managers.
Charity is a single mother with 2 children at Positive Tomorrows. From a young age, Charity struggled with addiction. She stopped using when she became pregnant with her first child, Colby. After her son's birth, Charity fell back into old patterns and was soon in an abusive relationship with the father of her second child, Kaylee.
I was with Kaylee's father, and he would always drink, and we would get into a domestic dispute. Things would always end really badly. I finally got the nerve to leave him, but then everything kind of spiraled downhill after that. I got really bad into my addiction. I lost my house, I lost my car, and then eventually I lost both of the kids.
Mom had wrestled with homelessness and some other really difficult situations and decided to go into a treatment center program in order to do what she had to do to be reunited with her children and get back on her feet.
So I went to North Care. I was there for about 8 months before they decided to place Kaylee back with me. And that's when we got introduced to Positive Tomorrows.
And I met her, and this was somebody who had been through a tough last couple of years, but seemed very determined and enthusiastic to change her life. And sometimes you could just see it in someone's eyes that this is different. This is no looking back.
I think what stood out most to me is that they help families like my family. Our case manager helped us really quickly find a home. The house is fully furnished now. We didn't have anything but a bed. I bought a mattress when we moved in.
Charity is active in her recovery and was able to find employment. With her daughter by her side and a place to call home, she worked hard to be reunited with her son.
As she got out of the treatment center, out of the sober living, working and was in her new home through our rapid rehousing program, this last summer, Colby then joined her and then also joined Positive Tomorrows and started going to school here.
I'm really glad that Colby is back with us now. He has loved being back home, and he has just excelled at everything since he's been back home. Kaylee is more outgoing and doesn't care what anybody thinks.
When I first met Kaylee, she was just a young kid who loved to have fun. She has a smile that just is a huge smile, and you could tell that she likes to laugh and likes to make other kids laugh.
Me and my brother have to share a room because there's only two. And my mom has the small room and we have the big room. We have a trampoline in our house and we'd like to jump on it a lot. And we're gonna get a big house and we're gonna have upstairs too.
Colby's more shy.
I'm Colby and I'm 9.
The separation has been hard for Colby. He is quiet, withdrawn, and cautious around new people and situations. To help Colby as he adjusts to a new routine, he spends time every week with his mentor, Joel.
I mentor Colby. So every Friday at 1 o'clock, I get to come and be his mentor. He's just a smart, thoughtful, very athletic kid. And when I say athletic, he can tumble, he can somersault, he can throw a really, really good spiral, better than me, actually.
I want to play tackle football next year. We get to have our birthdays here. The one thing I got from my last birthday was a bow and arrow.
He's clearly got some things that he's carrying around, but he's still able to be a kid and he's still able to want to play with other kids in the playground. These are kids and they care about kid things. They care about playing kickball or playing on the playground or what they're going to have for lunch that day. We live a pretty privileged life. The idea of homelessness is different than what I get to experience here. You don't think about kids in that sense. You think of, you'll see someone on the street that's really in a rough place, but you kind of get to put it out of your mind that it's bigger than that. There's families that are impacted by this.
We see kids who deal with all kinds of trauma that plays into their lives, it plays into how they present themselves. When we have a child enroll in Positive Tomorrows, we want to help them be truly who they are. We find out that they're bright and happy and they're funny and they're talented, and we want to pull all that out of them, and that's what we work to do every day.
Positive Tomorrows is able to serve more children in their beautiful new school. Sadly, there are classrooms that sit empty while kids in need are turned away.
I think the hardest thing that we do at Positive Tomorrows is turn away children. And we want to get to the point where we don't have to do that so often. And in order to get to that point, we have to staff those classrooms. We've got state-of-the-art educational facilities sitting here that's not full. And the only way that it can be full is if we can find the donors that will help us provide the funding to hire the people and make those classrooms go. If you make an investment in Positive Tomorrows, what you're really doing is investing in the life of a child.
$50 can provide bus rides for one of our kiddos to and from school every single day for a whole year. $75 can provide after-school snack for our school for an entire week. $250 can provide emergency shelter for 1 week for one of our families. $500 can provide academic testing for our entire school. $1,000 is 1 week of instruction for one of our classrooms. $2,500 can provide 1 month of transportation for our entire school. $10,000 can provide tuition for one of our kiddos for a whole year. This community always shows up for our kids, and I am so, so grateful for so many people who always say yes to our kids. So many people in their lives say no to them. The donors always say yes. From all of us at Positive Tomorrows, thank you.